retaliating countries, and then obviously, yeah, up on China. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, obviously that's not bullish news for the market, right? So fake again? No, this is real this time, I guess. I don't know why he would go and say that they were lying before, and then literally 24 hours later come out and say, "Oh, psych, actually they are real." Yeah, I think there's something really shady going on with this administration as far as the market goes. I mean, like, what are we talking about? He can't do this. He literally just can't, like, we can't be saying shit like this and moving the market 10% in either direction each day. I mean, you're telling me he's not sitting here on the sideline telling his buddies to hop in calls before he makes these announcements or buying? But yeah, obviously, I think we're bullish here. Um, to where I have no idea. Probably just back to the highs. If we get a daily inverse here, right? Maybe we can start looking at the weekly time frame. We have this weekly potential SIBI forming here, so we shall see. But yeah, seems very bullish, obviously. I'm not taking anything right now, guys. We are above that 7% level, so I thought there was supposed to be like a circuit breaker trigger at this point. Am I like mistaken, or is that only to the downside? I mean, I checked the CME website. MFF eval, yeah, evals you can trade. What's 7% level? It's the CME circuit breaker level. Yeah, don't trade fundeds right now. We are not only up 6%, we are up 8% on the day right now. 8.09 right now. Yeah, so the circuit breaker level is whenever the market is moving so like with so much volatility and so erratically that it triggers like a halt for trading on the market. So technically, I think we're supposed to stop trading for 15 minutes, but that hasn't happened yet. So it might just be to the downside. But yeah, there's like circuit breaker levels for like the equities, which is what we trade, right? And it says if markets reach 7% up or down, but that's overnight. Daytime trading employees, market wide circuit breakers are kind of whatever. CME Group are coordinated with stock circuit breakers at market 7%, 13, 20. The 7 and 13% breakers are each followed by a 10-minute trading halt. If the 20% level is reached, the market closes for the trading day. So that's what I thought. I thought it was at 7%. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we do have this 1 minute long here. Obviously, it would be an eval trade since we can't trade funded. But there would be the entry. And then your stop loss on this is a cool 160 points. And then take profit is 70 points, but you're just going to want to target 1-to-1 here. So there's the high, there's your break even. I can't trade it funded today, Space. I think as long as we're above the 7% level. Okay, there's your first take profit. And then, it's up to you where you want to scale here. You could probably scale at this 1 hour high. That seems like the next target. Who just who just took that seriously? Like, imagine. All right, here. I'll All right, cool. Great. Break even there. I mean, what are we talking about? Yeah, actually, guys, the reason why we pumped there, if you didn't check, is because we actually are bouncing off the yearly order block here. Let me go real quick to NQ1. So yeah, if you look at NQ1, you can clearly see we have this yearly order block in place that we've came down and are clearly retracing from here. So pretty obvious bounce there. If you didn't catch that, you definitely need more screen time. We have this 15-second confirmation entry here. Let's see. Looks to be about a 50-point stop loss on that. By the way, I can't even imagine what 0 day till expiry contracts are up right now. I don't even want to look. I'm gonna like throw up from FOMO. Yeah, you can't trade eval only today because there you go. Wow. Okay, 0 day till expiry calls today are up in the thousands of percents. I'm talking $18 into 700. What my funded accounts balance at? I don't know. What's yours at? Yeah, Digital Nomad, they should. If they haven't, you just have to put a support ticket in. Eval only? Why can't you trade funded today, Andre? Because we're up 7%. Yeah, exactly, Lewis. I don't know. I have no idea how the circuit breaker works, guys. I've never been trading during this time. Oh. Sorry guys, I'm like responding to people that are messaging me. I have no idea what to think.
Bro, Trump literally said the pie this morning. And if that wasn't obvious, it's so obvious how he left the equal highs yesterday at high day. Like,
All
bro,
right, we
that
have a
was
one
all
minute
set
up
up. Are you
here
are
where
you
we're
act
delivering from the 1 minute last gap in the leg. This would be like another confirmation long setup here. Um, Obviously, you'd be longing after we pumped 1,400 points, 1,500. No, wait, sorry, 600 here, so 900 here. So yeah, you'd be longing after we pumped 1,700 points. So it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to long this high. Um, but yeah. So what do you guys think? Is this the bottom? Is the bottom in? Yeah, I did, Lewis. I posted a little thing about it in the PM stream chat. So hopefully um what's it called? You guys were able to buy that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. What do I even say about today? No, that was fake news apparently, but then he just doubled back on what he called fake news, and 2 days later, or 1 day later, or whatever, said that it's actually we're gonna drop the rates. So did I get into long term stuff? I started buying stuff today, but I didn't put in everything I wanted to. I'm only in like 5% of what I wanted to actually put in, so I'm hoping we come back down. But yeah, like I was anticipating to like invest like 30 grand in cash, and I only invested like 1,500 this morning. So I'm a little. I'll be disappointed if that's the bottom. Okay, so we got obviously liquidity sweep there on the daily. We're delivering out of this daily Cibi now. We've ran the relative equal highs. We are starting to get what looks like a manipulation like to the downside now. Coming up here after sweeping this high. So I'm not going to short because technically we don't have a market structure shift yet, and we're obviously trading off of very bullish news. But yeah, there's a 90-day pause because Trump wants to be involved. The pause gives time to negotiate. The pause is not because of the market reaction, according to the Treasury Secretary. What do you guys think? Do you think that's true? So we'll keep an eye on this last gap in the leg here, and then we'll keep an eye on this 1 minute. I guess, Brandon. Yeah. So we have this 1 minute up. Pretty insane momentum. It's probably gonna work for a long. Once again. I have no idea. Yeah, trading on Tradevate is essentially the same as trading on any other brokerage platform. Okay, let's see if this 1 minute takes us back. Obviously, I mean, you're longing after a 1 million point pump, so it's super risky. But yeah, I mean, as long as the market stays bullish and we continue to respect bullish PDRAs here, I will be bullish. So I think as far as a break even for this trade goes, probably this high here inside of this for value gap, maybe, and then take profit at the high there. That's my target right now. I'll let you guys know how it goes. If we form this 1 minute order block there, I think we'll probably go back for the highs. I just realized I'm on NQ1, but that's okay. We can switch back. Okay. So we form the 1 minute OB. So that's a good sign. Nice. Nice, DJ. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm on evals from this morning's 90% off. And I'm just going to try and ride the move. Ride the move up. You think the draw is the daily unfilled? I think the draw is this like hourly high, which yeah, that lines up with the daily unfilled last gap in the leg there. So yeah, I guess that's where my current draw would be. Apex had 90% off this morning. Pixel Power. I posted about it. The code already came out and it's over now. Yeah, that is a good thing that it's they're also 90% off renewals because if you blow the account, then you know the eval or whatever, you'll just get renewed at 90% off, and then it's a reset. The code came out at 9 o'clock this morning, and it expired at 12 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern. So reset is like $20. There's no resets. It's just you have to wait for the renewal to get reset if you blow it. The renewal is like $15. It's always going to be $15. There wasn't an announcement about it, but I posted something about it in PM stream. But you had to be a member of PM in order to see it. So how do you renew it? Just don't cancel. It'll auto renew it the next month. So you have to wait 30 days. Yeah. So do we have a gap here on the 30-second? We do have a. Actually, it's not even a tiny gap. This is like 15 points. And this is after liquidity sweep delivering out of this. So this will probably work to the high here. By the way, guys, I'm in a micro long on my evals. I'm just, basically full porting. Yeah, I think so, Digital Nomad. That's how every other prop firm works. So I imagine that's how it worked with Apex. My break even now is going to be this high. If we come up and take this high again, I'll move my stop to break even. Oh, Nomad. I blow up accounts. Don't get me wrong. I blow up evals. I've just never been in the scenario where I've like waited for the monthly renewal to reset an account. I don't even know necessarily, Tomahawk, if we need CPI to be bullish in order for us to fill the daily gap. We'll probably just go hit it overnight. Yeah, it's. I just sent it to you, Pixel Power. Would an Asia session be bearish? I have no idea. I mean, we're going to leave a bunch of unfilled liquidity down here, right? We're going to put in this next hourly gap, and there will probably be unfilled liquidity there, and then whatever. But, I mean, we're trading right now based off of geopolitical news announcements. We're not trading based off of ICT concepts here, if we're being completely honest. I mean, let's be honest. If that 90-day tariff thing didn't come out today, longs were not going to hit. No, 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 no. We're not trading any fundeds today. It's eval only because we're up over 7%. We're at 8.5 right now. Gomez, the code already expired. Everyone that's like asking about the 90% off code, there's no 90% off code. It expired this morning. Yeah. I guess if Trump tells you to buy. I guess that's the new indicator. Yeah, Vexy, you can pass your eval in a day on Apex. Is it? Cheater, that code is still valid? Okay, well, if you guys are still, trying to get 90% off, the code is TBM. Um I don't know when it expires. I thought it was supposed to expire at 12. That's what it said, but code is TBM. Yeah. By the way, like I said, I'm still holding a long here, a micro long, and my break even is 7.99. See, it said it expired at 11 a.m. Central. Oh, so Cheater just lied. Wow. All right, we got to ban that guy. Where's Cheater at? Fake news. All right, Cheater, you're gone. I'm just kidding. Yeah, 2 hours ago when it was still valid, I said it expired at 12. It's literally been 2 hours ago. All right, I'm break even there, by the way, guys. Who's in this long with me right now? Okay. Let's see if I can hit for 180 points here. Or whatever this would be. Yeah, 180. Should I just take off here for 125? I mean, like, what am I doing? Do I really need 180? It's one micro, so I can't scale, or else I would. I guess I'll just wait. I mean, we're so bullish. Look at this momentum. You're saying I should hold to the daily? No, I'm not that crazy. I'll scale here at the high probably, or if we make an SMT with the S. It's up 150 points right now. Gamble for FOMC. FOMC is not like the actual FOMC, guys. It's just the meeting minutes, which, unless there's a surprise in there, it's probably not going to do a whole lot relative to what we're already doing. But yeah, actually, maybe I will sell before FOMC. That's probably a good idea. Or we'll just hit the high right here, and I wouldn't have to worry about that. Bruh. Dude, no, it's going to do the thing it did yesterday. Imagine. Nah, I'm just playing. Okay, we got 30 seconds before FOMC meeting minutes. I'm going to get slipped on this so hard. Bro, can we hit the high before FOMC so I don't have to worry about it? Low key, I'm getting out there. That's good enough for me. I'm not going to chance FOMC. Okay, well, it would have hit. So, bang. There's TP. I got out for like 160 points, so I'm good with that. And then obviously next target is going to be the daily, so that's 100. That's another 200 points away if you want to try holding for that. But yeah, I caught a good chunk of that. You guys all heard me say I was taking that, right? By the way, up 10% on the day now. Let me mark out position. Okay, so quick 160 points. If you guys are green from that on your eval, you can probably call it a day. I mean, there's going to be more craziness, obviously, but it's up to you if you want to, like, really take a chance on everything that's going on. What was my entry? Entry was the 1 minute, but I was just calling out that I was long here this whole time. There was also like confirmation entries here. There was what? I feel like there was like a 30-second here somewhere. Maybe not. But yeah, the trade idea was just this 1 minute gap that got inversed with this much momentum. 700 point candle, whatever. I just do the math on it. So like I know my entry was this at 717 or whatever, and the TP was 900, so it's 180 points. Yeah. Scotty, what are you confused about? What does the 2% thing mean on MFFU? Oh, yeah, so that's just this. It's the circuit breaker limits. Daytime trading employs market-wide circuit breakers, a kind of price limit that halts trading for a period of time to help the market reset. CME Group U.S. equity futures are coordinated with stock circuit breakers at market 7%, 13%, and 20%. The 7% and 13% circuit breakers are followed by 10-minute trading halts. If the 20% level is reached, the market closes for the trading day. And then it says learn more below. It's only the declines though. But it's funny because on MFFU it says any 7% move, but it says here on CME when you look at the clarifying thing, it's a decline in the underlying S&P 500 index. So maybe it's only for a decline. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Scotty. I have no idea. I'm just trading eval. See, it's all declines here, but in just like this part, it says, I guess it's just declines. But like on the prop firm websites, it says 7% moves in any direction. There are no upside circuit breakers. Oh, okay. So yeah, everyone, we can trade. We're good. So we actually could have taken that on funded. Okay, so yeah, we're good to trade. Yeah, I guess we're good to trade. I just checked the CME website and it looks good. We have an SMT at this high, by the way. We have this 1 minute to the downside here. Obviously, I'm not going to be shorting these price conditions, but it would be nice for a pullback. Yeah, so if you're on Top Step, you can't trade, but everyone else, I guess you can trade. I have no idea though. It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm just trading eval today because I have no idea. I don't want to chance it. I mean, guys, do you really want to trade in price conditions where our stop losses are 160 points anyway? You can't trade Top Step, no. Yeah, Scotty, I think that's a mistake. Yeah, that's a mistake according to their Discord, guys. Okay, according to Decent, you can trade right now. All I know is Decent. Um, Decent, aren't you the one that shared me that live stream that was just fake? No, that wasn't you. Who was that? I don't know. All I'm gonna say is do your own research for your own prop firm. If you don't know, don't trade. For MFFU, they've clarified you can trade MFFU. For Apex, they haven't said anything saying otherwise, so you can trade. I would assume. But that sudden shot up would have blown account. If you were short, yeah, shotgun for sure. So by the way, we got that 1 minute to the downside here. For the short, your break even would be that low. Obviously, it makes sense to see a short here, but I don't even want to chance it. We're up 10% on the day. Like anything's possible right now. By the way, what are we even talking about, guys? We're up 10% on the day. Guys, top 10 day in the books right now. If we close right now. Top 10. Just craziness. We might see a top 5 day by the end of the day if we get over 11%. This is the Dow. True, true. Let's go S&P then, my bad. I mean, still. S&P right now is up, I guess, only 7%, so never mind. This 1 minute short, by the way, is break even. This thing is cooking off the S&T there. Wow. Is anybody in this short? We have this 3 minute. I feel like you should be in from the 1 minute. I called this out if you want it to be short. So why would you get in from a worse entry point if the 1 minute was right there? You know? Like, what? You're going to wait for this to play out and then get in this when we're discount now? Or coming up on discount? So, okay. Well, maybe we don't get in with the greats, but I want to see what NQ's is. Wait. Wait, so these are the closes. Oh, these are by year. I see. Okay. Largest intraday point swings, by the way, guys. Look at this. Look. Largest intraday point swings. Top 3 are all 2025 right now. So it would have been a break even, looks like, on that 1 minute. We have another 1 minute long here. Confirmation long, FU long. I mean, I'm done for the day off this move. This move got me green enough where I don't need anything else today. And you guys all heard me say I was taking this. I couldn't have been more clear about being in long. If we inverse this 3 minute to the downside now while putting in this 1 minute order block, that would be really bearish. This is crazy though. All of these intraday point swings are obviously all from the 2020s. That makes sense because as the market grows in size, the ranges get bigger. So it makes sense that we're seeing these massive intraday point swings happening in the 2020s and onward. But it's crazy to me that all of the last 3 biggest swings happened in the last week, basically. 4-4, 4-8, 4-7. I mean, we are living through history right now, guys. That's crazy. Biggest day in the NASDAQ percent change was, yeah, so we're already approaching top 5 right now. We're top 5 day territory. We today could end up being a top 2 day. Wow, that 1 minute up just printed. Who took the FU long there? It's already up 50 points. Took it again. Yeah, like I said, I'm done. I did not alert that one, so that one won't go in the log. But I I can't believe this, man. This will go down as one of the tweets of all time, or social media posts of all time. You traded lives? No, 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 no. I'm trading evals this afternoon. The reason why AV Node it's called an FU long is because we're up 1,700 points right now. This long should never work when we're this high, but it's just going to because of how bullish we are. Traders now bet Fed to cut policy rate just 3 times this year. So instead of 4, it'll be 3. Show the tweet again. I mean, it's not a tweet; it's a Truth Social post. But there you go. Retruths. Bro, what the hell is a retruth? Retruth, bro. Uh, wow. I cannot believe this. This is insane. We were in the 16,000s today, guys. And we're almost in the 19,000s. Yeah, it's a social media platform, Apoff. It's like the, I don't know, conservative social media platform. We have this 1 minute to the downside. We are delivering off of nothing. Except for this last 15-second gap in the leg here. Which you're probably going to include that VI because that is a 10-point volume imbalance there. So another 1 minute here to the downside. I don't even know what I'd rate these setups, guys. Obviously, like, there's nothing for me to say as far as rating goes. You're just taking mechanical setups that look good if you want. Like, these are all, like, low probability conditions when we're up this high and we're this bullish, and anything can be said at any moment to pump the market 500 points or whatever. I think my win rate on the 15-second is pretty good. But I'm also taking it with like other confluences too, not just like IFEGs. So you kind of just like get good at trading the 1 to 5 minute chart, then graduate to the 30-second chart, and then from there graduate to the 15-second. That's kind of the order I would look at things. By the way, if I was in a short right now, this would be my break even. So there's the break even. Reason why is because it's an unfilled 1 minute BPR. There's probably a 30-second or something there too. And yeah, I don't want to fade that. So I think that's a good spot to go break even. It's 60 points away. Yeah, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart, I guess. We'll take a look at a few charts. We'll take a look at Tesla first. Okay, Tesla's up pretty crazy right now. They're up on the day 17%. Jeez, man. I think I missed the buying opportunity. I think we put in the lows. Bitcoin is about to inverse the daily to the upside here. So yeah, break even there on the 1 minute long. Would you long Bitcoin if it inverses? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Oh my goodness. Wow, the Bitcoin long setting up right now is actually kind of nuts. I mean, wow. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's really take a look at the Bitcoin chart here. I mean, Bitcoin daily is looking crazy. See a look at the 12 hour. Yeah, the 12 hour looks pretty crazy too, but I mean, it's the same idea as the daily, so I won't really look at that. ES, I already know what ES looks like, but we'll take a look at it anyway. I mean, yeah, duh. Same as NQ, right? And then what are some other things we can look at? We can look at Microsoft. They're up 8% on the day. I'm sick. By the way, what do you guys think of that break even call there? So far, it looks like this 1 minute is just getting destroyed, so. There's a reason for all the madness, guys. There's a reason why we do things the way we do them here. We know bullish PD arrays are not being disrespected right now. We know they're having a tendency to hold. We know that the last gap in the leg is usually the strongest besides a BPR, right? And every time we go and look at the last gap in the leg here on these bullish swings, each one of them is being respected. You know, here's this swing here, last gap, respected. Here's this swing here. We form this gap, it gets disrespected. We get to the last gap, respect that, and then all the way up are just our bearish gaps are just being destroyed. So same thing here. Last gap in the leg on the 1 minute. And then obviously there's no real gap because there's not really a swing here, right? I mean, last gap in the leg on this swing would be like this gap here, I guess, because this is a 1 minute low. So you have your intermediate term low here, and this gap never got retraced to. So this 1 minute would have failed, and now it's seemingly V-shaped down again. FTSE 100, sure. Recovering nicely. Reliable. If there's a low or high instead of a belly gap, would you need to look at different time frames to see if there's a low or high as well? Bit confused about that for like roadblocks. Yeah, yeah. You know, on the 5 minutes, sometimes we will like form a low inside of an FEG, like this low here, for example. But then if you go to like the 15 minute, that's not a low inside of anything, or even on the 1 hour, right? That's not really a low. So yeah, I would definitely switch around time frames, and then if you notice like a 1 minute high instead of a fair value gap, you can look to take profit or take partials there. Do you think this is the bottom? It looks like it, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to call for anything yet, but I mean, you don't see moves like this, where unless like Trump like just goes back on his word again and says, actually, psych, we're going to reinstall the tariffs. That's the only way that we'll get bearish again, I think. But yeah, for as long as this 90-day thing is going on, I think the market's pretty good. I think we've already priced in the China um, tariffs here. Like this whole down move essentially is like all China, right? So market pricing in China tariffs, and then the rest of this move here was like 10% reciprocal tariffs, right? And so now that these are on a 90-day pause, we're probably going to eat up this entire move here. And then once the China tariffs or the trade war ends, we'll just be back at all-time highs. So if I had to guess, we're probably coming back to like these highs here. And then we'll see what happens with NQ. But yeah, I feel like the bottom is probably in. Because the whole reason why we were dropping was because of the 10% reciprocal tariffs. So now that we've removed those from the equation, it doesn't really seem like there'd be a reason for us to continue to drop, you know? What do you think happens after the 90 days? I have zero idea. Trump is, I don't know. The market is this administration's playground. I have zero idea what they want to do. Probably whatever's going to make them the most money. Yeah, exactly, Shino. But usually, like when something is paused, it takes a while. By the way, there's that 30-second BPR being inverse to the upside. I like this because we respected this 15-second here, okay? And the market just continued to move up, and we got this liquidity sweep. So really, really good. This will probably work. I mean, obviously hindsight now for me to say since it's already there, but yeah, I don't know. We're up 10% on the day. This is going to be a historic day in the market. So there's the break even, and then first TP would be this high. Is anybody in this 30-second? So yeah, there's the high. We're back in the 19,000s. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll be back in the 20,000s pretty soon here. We're about to have a 2,000 point day. We still have an hour and a half left until market close. I mean, this is crazy. We do have a bearish SMT at the high here. Breakaway gap squints. So like this gap here. And this is an IO Fed. And this is also an inception. I've been trading for 5 years. I've been trading futures for 2. IOFED is institutional order flow entry drill. Oops. Right. Institutional order flow entry drill IOFED. That's essentially when the market wicks down into a gap and basically soups the gap and then just shoots right back up, right? So IOFED here. Let's see where else. Basically, it's just the market's way of tipping its hand to tell you that we're really bullish or really bearish in a certain direction. If you ever see the market like basically super for value gap and then just run immediately in the opposite direction, what that's telling you is that the market has like basically at any given point the market most likely has two draws in liquidity, right? Opposing. And the strength of that draw in liquidity comes from multiple different things. But the main idea is essentially like unfilled liquidity, like how much unfilled liquidity is there, right? The stronger the draw in liquidity, the more unfilled liquidity there is, right? And usually the points that are the most important happen on the higher time frame because the most amount of traders will be exposed to the chart on the higher time frame, right? Lower time frame traders are going to be looking at the higher time frame. Higher time frame only traders are going to be using just the higher time frame. And so you have like all of these retail traders that are all using the same chart to mark out their trades and place their stop losses and whatever. And then obviously the lower the time frame you go, the less and less traders are going to be using those time frames because not everybody is a day trader or an intraday trader or that kind of thing. You know, some people just take swing positions or that kind of thing. And so when we are looking at draws and liquidity, that's why we emphasize the higher time frame for looking at things like higher time frame unfilled gaps or higher time frame highs or lows or that kind of thing, right? And so the reason why IOFED relates to that is because whenever we put in an unfilled 1 minute, that becomes a draw on liquidity in itself, right? If we look at this candle coming up here, it's a 70.1 minute candle. And within those 70 points of price action, there is guaranteed to be unfilled orders all this way up. You know, areas where people got slipped or weren't filled or weren't efficiently filled or whatever. And there's going to be areas in price where, you know, let's say like, for example, 960 never got filled on the way up. Okay? And so all those orders got slipped up to like the next level, like 963 or whatever, right? When they really wanted to be, you know, filled at 961. Or limit orders never got retraced to and got filled, right? So there's just all this liquidity that got trapped here. And so when price comes down and fills in that 1 minute, even though like the draw could be higher here in the higher time frame, like there's a 4-hour high that has a bunch of stop losses at it, or there's equal highs, or there's a data wick or whatever, the market is going to want to efficiently fill price in both directions. And so what an IOFED essentially is the market filling in that unbalanced liquidity as quick as possible and then resuming back to its intended target, which in this case is most likely the 19,176 level, this high here, because this is a very obvious high, right? And everyone going short on the higher time frame here is probably using this high to place their stops because it's a high inside of a fair value gap. So this is our higher time frame target that like there's a lot more liquidity at. And then on the lower time frame here, there's less liquidity, right? So this is just the market's way of really quickly filling in that lower amount of liquidity and then continuing towards its intended target. Ideal monitor size to game and trade. I like 24 personally. I have 27-inch monitors and 24, but I've always liked 24. So it's usually in a trending market, exactly. So in 2022 model, IOFED is the entry, ideally, right? But most of the time, 2022s like they take a while to go. Yeah, Shino, I can't even imagine being in like finance classes right now. Like, what do you even say? 24-inch 1440 or 1080? Because it's gaming, I just do 1080. I mean, you could do 1440, but like I'm already on like low quality graphics, so I can get the highest FPS. So I do like 1080p, like 240 hertz as my monitors. And then for trading, you can get away with anything. Like it doesn't really matter. You just need a monitor if you're trading. Ideally, how many Apex accounts should you buy for the 1 day pass? Completely up to you and how much money you have to spend. Just know that for each account you pass, it's $125. Yeah, I like 24-inch APOF. Do those stop orders usually get filled if the candle is just immediate X amount of ticks? I don't know what you're saying. Like, you mean the stop orders that were left here, like on the hourly? Anytime we cross this plane of price, this 19,177. Oh, yeah. Most of the time, I mean, I don't think I've ever been slipped on an order where I've had like a set limit orders, you know. But yeah, sometimes that's why data wicks are the greatest draw, is because sometimes like your limit orders will not get filled on a live account. I think on eval, since it's simulated, they should just be filled. Imagine catching this 15 second. Dude, is there a 10 second? 5 second, 5 second. There's definitely going to be something, right? No, everything went invalid. Damn. Yeah, 5 second close to the tick. 3 second? Yeah, you can, Rob. So I was actually bearish this morning. Okay, I guess it's finally around that time where we can start looking at like the trades from this morning. But I was bearish. I did not want to be bullish, and the reason why is because the 4 hour never got closed above. Okay, and then the other thing that I noticed was that we got that reversal right around 10 o'clock, and so I just had no reason to be bullish here. With the 4 hour holding and the fact that here was our high that we put in, so this is our Judas swing. This is our manipulation leg up, 10 o'clock. We start to reverse. This to me was like, okay, we're super obviously bearish here. We're going to put in the sell side of the curve. And then I started seeing this LRLR being put in, and I was like, oh yeah, we're for sure going to run that. And so this, I think, was the best setup of the day, this 30-second short. And then what I got green on was I just started taking shorts after we swept these highs because I figured that we would just bounce off this trend line. So I posted the executions for them, but I took like 15-second inverses here after we would sweep the high, and they just continued to work. So I took two of those type trades. And yeah, that's how I made my money this morning. But yeah, not IFEG model at all. Another really good play for the IFEG model I thought was this 1 minute short here, right? I caught this too. And obviously this was a break even trade once we hit this low. So this for me was a scale plus break even. But yeah, that was really good. This 1 minute short if you took that. And then yeah, so 30-second short was the play of the day. I actually didn't really love this one because I figured that this was probably going to miss the low since we hadn't generated enough LRLR, and it already kind of looked like it wanted to do that. And I figured you should have been in from like way higher up here because if you look at like the 15-second range, by the time you're in that inverse, you're already in discount, right? So I just didn't really love it for that reason. Here, on the other hand, though, right, you're not really like super deep in discount and you've generated enough liquidity and you're at the macro time, right? This is 10:48, so you're coming into 10 to 50 when you get this inverse. I don't think this was a bad trade. This is definitely A plus, right? Because we came up, swept the high. So it met the model, but it didn't meet time, right? Whenever we discuss taking trades, okay, we have this idea of like mechanical A plus and then subjective A plus, okay? To me, this is mechanical A plus. This is subjective A plus, okay? And the formula for taking subjective A plus trades is you need time, okay, and that's your macro. You need liquidity or bias, I should say, and you need your model, okay? So your model is just the IFEG setup, and your bias is delivery plus um, dole, right? And so here, taking this trade, we didn't really have a good enough established draw on liquidity, okay? But once we start generating all these lows here, that's when this becomes like a very good draw on liquidity. And then obviously delivery here is just bearish from, you have this 30-second here, you have these gaps that are being respected, and then overall like us getting the sweep here without any displacement above it is telling us that we're primed to reverse and put in the sell side of the curve, which you can see here, the sell side of the curve completes at this low here. So buy side, sell side, right? And so this, to me, makes this a subjective A+, whereas this is just a mechanical A+, because it meets the model, right? Mechanical A+ is just the model. So that was kind of the difference between this trade and this trade. But yeah, those were kind of like what I thought were really good. I didn't love the 5-minute long here because that didn't really go along with my bias, but it made sense because we respected this last gap in the leg. So I didn't really hate the idea of being long biased here because we swept out our liquidity down here and we respected that last gap. And this was obviously a very bullish reaction after sweeping out this low. So I think if you longed there, that was perfectly acceptable. And then, yeah, this is out of the kill zone, so I wouldn't have taken this. But once again, this is like a good long too because we're still in the macro time. So there was good longs and good shorts today. You just had to be picky about which ones you wanted to take and which ones you didn't. And then obviously that formula that I just showed you, subjective A+, where time plus bias plus macro can kind of get you to that point, right? And then obviously all this, I mean, what can you do, right? Just pump. And then as for afternoon so far, we joked about taking this one. I told you guys I was taking this one, and then sold at the high here right before FOMC, and then we got this setup here, which was pretty good, ended up being a break even, and then this setup right now that's playing out in the 30-second, right? And that looks like that was just a break even, maybe. No, maybe not actually. So yeah, we're just bullish. We do have a I guess 1 minute FU long once again. Like I said, I'm done for the day. I'm up 140 points this session, so I don't need anything else. But yeah, if you guys want to keep trading, go for it. That's where I need a bit more screen time when my bias is wrong. I was bearish this morning, but when price started looking bullish, I decided to take the afternoon off. I have a new thing I'm doing with the mentorship journal. Let me share one of the entries here. Sure, Apoff. Hi, Caleb. How are you? They're swinging a micro overnight. Am I cooked? I mean, do what you gotta do, man. I don't know. It's up to you. Space. I don't know. Just look up like one of Dodgy's bias videos, and that'll probably give you a pretty good idea. Just look up like Dodgy's DD YouTube channel, how to figure out bias, or how to find daily bias, or whatever. And whatever video comes up is probably going to be good. All you need in order to establish daily bias, though, is this formula, okay? Equals delivery on higher time frame. Think 15-minute plus dole, okay? That's all you need. So if we have a good draw, you know, etc., right? Oops. Okay. If we have delivery, which our delivery this morning was the 4 hour, Okay, respecting that. If we have the draw on liquidity, which was the LRLR below, then that's how you can figure out your daily bias. Okay, and all you need to do to figure out these two things is figure out what are we respecting. Meaning check the swings and look at like the last gap or look at like the lower time frame and say like, okay, overnight here during Asia, we completely respected this 1 hour, this 15 minute. We've had very bullish price action from it. So delivery is clearly bullish here, right? And then for draw and liquidity, I've talked about this a few times, but just take a look back at the pin message that I have talking about the hierarchy of draws, and just run down the list. Whatever, draws on liquidity we have present, whichever one of those like wins out as like the stronger draw, that's your draw on liquidity for the day. And then if they're conflicting draws, then you have no draw on liquidity, which means you have no bias, which means that you just have to wait until a daily bias forms. Which this morning that was the case because we didn't really have a set draw on liquidity, right? Any chance you'd have time to demonstrate how to toggle multiple accounts for CPI eval trades? Since I'm new to props and never understand the concepts of everything for the setup, but don't understand how to set up several accounts at once and quickly take the trades 15 seconds before on TV. If not, I understand. Yeah, AV Note, I'm just gonna link you the VIP video that goes over how to do all that, so you can figure that out. But yeah, as far as like how to copy trade, just go on YouTube and like look up like how to copy trade evade evals, and like there'll be a tutorial video on there. This 2 minute short looks pretty crazy. I can't lie. Obviously, I'm not going to be shorting in these conditions though. Goldman Sachs rescinds recession call after Trump tariff pause. So Goldman Sachs is calling for the bottom. They're saying the bottom is in. Yeah, space. That was my thing too. We respected the 4 hour. That was going to be my condition. If we inverse the 4 hour, obviously that tells us delivery is bearish because we're respecting bullish PDRAs down here and disrespecting bearish PDRAs here, right? But because we respected the 4 hour, that's what made me stay bullish, even if we inverse the 15, because I'm going to place more weight on a 4 hour gap than a 15 minute, right? And this isn't like the most convincing close above either. So. But yeah, we did not get the 2 minute close below there. So. This is a trade I skipped. I'm journaling the reason why and how I rate the setup. Let's see. B rating. Okay. For me, this was A plus. So that's very interesting that you have B rating here. Okay. Too many speed bumps. So yeah, you're saying that 30-second there, or I guess the 1 minute. Not a clear draw. Okay, so fair enough. Okay, if you want to say that the draw wasn't clear, that's totally acceptable. To me, I didn't really need a clear draw seeing this because we had the reversal right at 10 a.m. And then the other aspect was it too is you're saying that there wasn't delivery, but we had this 5 minute that was being respected. And that was another reason why I didn't necessarily care about the 15 minute being closed above. All right, 5 minute last gap in the leg here. Or, sorry, not there. Where was it? I'm crazy. Maybe it wasn't the 5. I don't remember. There was a gap here that was holding though. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe there wasn't delivery. I thought there was, at least we had the oh, it was this. My bad. So yeah, we had this 30 minute and then we had the 4 hour that was holding. So you had delivery from there. But yeah, if you look to like the left here, directly to the left, there's not really like anything super clear, like a 1 minute gap holding or something like that. And we can draw this out. So there we go. Let's see if that lines up with anything. It doesn't really, right? Yeah, so like as far as lower time frame delivery, there's not really anything, but you can say like the 30 minute and 4 hour holding is like us having bearish delivery there. So Um, yeah, see you tomorrow, Space. But yeah, I'm journaling the reason why and how I rate the setup. Yeah, I think this is good. I like the way that you're journaling that. But yeah, I mean, trading is subjective, right? It's from person to person. So, I might see one thing, you might see another, and that just, changes how we view the market. And as long as you're, profitable, it doesn't really matter. Now, this A rating, you would rate B. So 1 minute long here. If there was a gap, I mean, we have this gap here that's holding. Nah, this is valid. This is an A setup. This is good. I just think it goes against bias. But yeah, this is good. I mean, mechanically, it's an A setup. Right? We don't really have like the greatest liquidity sweep either, and it's not like a singular gap. But yeah, I mean the momentum up, very V-shapey. So yeah, sure. We have this 30-second here after sweeping out this low and this low, and I believe there's still a 15-second. Maybe it's a 10. Yeah, I guess it's 5. Sure. 5-second holding there. Yeah, you can, Andy. But do your own research first, make sure. But from my understanding, MFFU walked back their rule on it. It's only for a decline. It's not for a move up. So we can be up 15%, I guess, and you can still trade funded. So came down here, swept. This 30-second, I would go break even at this high here if you're in it. This is what I would rather take than a short here, right? I mean, I feel like that makes more sense. We're very bullish. Um, I mean, the technical break even for this trade would be that high, right? So you should technically be break even already, but for me, I mean, this is an unfilled 1 minute. Makes sense for us to go here, so. But yeah, I just thought I would do a free stream today because like I didn't expect anything to happen today, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to spread some education and talk to some new people that are just a part of premium and whatever, and see where you guys were at as far as today because I've never been in a day where we've you know moved as much as we have. Yeah, 600 point 1 minute candle. I mean, what are we talking about? It wasn't. Oh, that's a 30-second. High there, 18. Low there, yeah, 600. For me, Pixel Power, I usually enter like 30 seconds before if I'm taking like the long and short at the same level. And then as far as like the setting targets, I do like 15 seconds before, or like just whatever. Yeah, you too, Apuff. Yeah, yeah, Joe for sure. Yeah, I think trading in the macro definitely can improve your win rate. So we have this 2 minute BPR to the upside here. If this inverses, we're just gonna run back probably to high of day. Oh, and how are you doing today? I talked to Rohan earlier, and I don't know. I guess he's kind of all over the place. Did you see the post that I made about the prop firm accounts or whatever? Did you go ahead and snag one of those? Yeah, the market today is crazy. So it looks like we are going to get this inverse to the upside here. I mean, jeez, man. I'm still in disbelief, guys. I don't even know what to think. Uh, what are we thinking? How long did it take me to become profitable in trading? It took me about, if you include my time trading options, it took me 3.5 years. If you don't include that, it took me 6 months trading futures. So, moral of the story is trade futures. I'm thinking, I'm thinking we start with a vowel here, and we go from there. Plyo, can I get a word? Apple cannot be it because E is last. You're so out of it? Oh, fair.
Yo,
Oh, wait, my headphones are off. My bad. What's going on?
what's up, bro? Nothing much. Just chilling here. I cannot think of a word. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good. Hey, everyone, this is Plyo. He makes cool content, and he's a really good trader. Uh, he's
Appreciate that.
he's about to hit like up 1,500 points on the week or something crazy like that. So
Yeah, like that. What's up? What's up?
you got a word for us, man?
I'm trying to think.
Somebody wants to know long
Hmm.
or short, quick.
Oh, short. Short. Down to that 803.
There you go. You heard it here. Uh oh. What's the stop loss? You want to guess Angel? Okay, we
Uh
can guess Angel. Okay, so A is this spot, that spot, or that spot. E is these three. No problem. Don't you stop loss? Okay, never mind. You don't gotta tell us.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay then.
can't be scared because A and E don't go in that spot. Want a clue? Nah, we'll get it in 3 years. Still decent.
Oh, Angel, that's a good one. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I like. I want to say it starts with an E, and then I don't know. Your guess is maybe. It can't be maybe because there's no E at the end. E. It's like I literally can't think. Tony, it can't be maybe because there's no E at the end. Teams?
You do Eagle?
No L or no G.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rip.
I don't know. Can't be peach. Can't be A there. Wheat. Ooh.
Mm.
Hmm.
A cheater.
Cheater. Hey, got it in three. Got it in three. Decent.
All right, bro. I'll leave you to it.
All right, man. Thanks for coming up on stage. Hey, I don't know what's
Yep.
going on with your short right now, man, but
Hey, give it some time. Give it some
give
time.
it some
Give it some
time.
time.
Okay, okay.
All right, bro.
See ya. All right, guys. Low of days in. We're actually never gonna hit this 802 level. And boom. Hey, W call. Let's go. Who took that? Really, Jiu-Jitsu? That's so frustrating. I'm sorry, man. Okay, W Plyo short joins the stream and instantly calls out a play. All right, time to get in late now as a group. All right, we have the next 5-minute candle close in about 30 seconds here. We have this 5-minute gap that's been holding price up this whole time. I'm not shorting, but we'll see. Let's go, Plyo. He's already busy doing something else. I wish he could though. So we violated CE of the 5-minute there. We hit this wick low here. We're gonna see this reaction to the gap being or sorry, not the gap, the wick being taken there, and then obviously we have this 30-second last gap in the wick here. And the only way that we can remain bullish, I think, here is if we respect that. But based off of market structure here, it looks like the sell side of the curve kind of wants to be put in. And we've left behind a lot of liquidity, right? We've left behind this 15-minute. There's also an hourly, so it makes sense to reverse, you know, after a massive move up like we did. We're also probably going to put in the wick for the daily candle here, and we've came up and we've hit that VI that we left, you know, kind of unfilled there. So we did miss that last, you know, daily gap there, but you know, we might leave that for a different session. Yeah, exactly, Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, at least it was just an eval, right? Just brought your eval back from the dead. Yeah, I'm very grateful to be done for the day right now. this 30-second looks crazy. I think, oh my gosh, I'm done for the day. But like this would be crazy if we got it, because we never inversed the 5 minute to the downside, and that reaction off of sweeping the low was pretty bullish. So yeah, the 1 minute here would be crazy, or the 30-second. Break even for this would be this high here, I think. What's the stop loss on this thing? Stop loss is actually reasonable. Shockingly reasonable. So there's the close over there. I mean, if I hadn't taken a play, I probably would take this. This is like a no-brainer. Light bulb type setup. We have an SMT now at the high. No! No! Well, I hate when we get SMTs right at our break-even point. But if price wasn't bullish here, we would have just came down and completely violated this 30-second gap and this. So, and actually, damn, ES is going to be rejecting from a gap. So, I don't know. Hopefully this candle just closes green. But if it like is a doji, that's a little concerning. I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. There's no need to worry. We put it on BPR, so like that should hold price up. We're not inside the macro technically, but it's the start of the hourly candle, which is usually good for volume anyway. Yeah, that's the setup, Jujutsu. That's what I'm saying. Like, no. The macro for the end of 2 o'clock ends at 3, and then the next macro starts at 3:15. 3 o'clock to 3:15 isn't really a macro. It's like 3:15 to 3:45, and then 3:50. But honestly, all of end of day usually has a lot of volume, right? So there's the break even for this trade. And then first TP will be this high, because this is a high instead of a for value gap. And I would probably just take profit whenever ES hits the high there, because there's probably going to be a bearish SMT, and this is like the last gap in the leg, and this will be like really good risk reward. So, you know, it makes sense to take partials once we sweep liquidity. We also have this high that you could take profit at too. We're just around that, so if we come to that blue line again, I did miss that, but there's a 30-second high inside of a 30-second BPR there, so that's another like take profit spot, and it's, you know, a cool 2.5 R away, so another really good TP if you want to take like half off there. Where did I learn ICT from? ICT. And then Dodgy, and yeah, that's about it. Delivery from the 1 hour. Have we came down and hit the 1 hour? Oh, we did. Yeah, W. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Who took this play? This is insanely good price action. Probably going to be a scale plus break even. I mean, yeah, this is a no-brainer setup, right? This is light bulb. So it looks like this other half is going to be break even, but between our two calls, I think that's what, 220-ish points. So yeah, break even on the rest there, but really good play. I'm not mad at that. Do you guys see why we scale there at that 30-second high inside the fair value gap? Because we don't know if this is going to break, and this is an obvious fair value gap. So, good scale spot there. Glad we called that out before running to that high. I'm glad I noticed that high there inside the fair value gap was obvious. So, we are cooking. We are cooking. This was like really good too because, like I said, the stop loss in this play was actually decent. So, came back. IO fed. This is like textbook IO fed, by the way, for those of you asking about it earlier. It's when price comes back, barely digs into the FEG to balance it, and then comes back up. And it's only an IO fed entry if obviously this remains as the only entry point from the fair value gap. But yeah, this is what IO fed looks like. IO fed is institutional order flow entry drill. It's just when prices has a very strong draw on liquidity above. Right now, it's this 1 hour high inside of this fair value gap. Okay. And whenever we create like an imbalance to the downside or an imbalance that goes against the ultimate draw, an IO Fed entry allows price to fill in the gap very quickly and then remain targeting or resume targeting the direction it wants to go to, right? Like right now we have an IO Fed entry on the 1 hour, right? So the 1 hour created this imbalance, which is this unfilled, void. Price came down, filled in the void, and we will probably see this void filled in at some point, if I had to guess, right? We're not going to leave all this unbalanced price behind. But that probably won't happen until after we sweep out our current draw on liquidity, which are these, hourly highs inside of the fair value gap here. So that's all an IO Fed is. It's essentially it's a opportunity for price to retrace, fill an imbalance that's in the opposing direction of the current draw on liquidity, and then get a massive, basically wick from that imbalance being filled because the ultimate target of price is in the opposite direction. Okay. Some comments from Trump here. Trump speaks at a White House event. Trump, in conversation at the White House, touts market gains, which I mean the market's only gaining because whatever. By the way, a deal could be struck with China was just said. I put a pause because people were jumping out of line. I have reversed tariffs for a short period of time. Nothing's over yet. We have many other countries wanting to come here. Trump reiterates 90-day pause on non-retaliating countries. And then, yeah, just a deal could be struck with China. So, very bullish right now. You can see the, I guess, effect that an IO Fed entry has on price, going towards its intended target. So, there you go. We did get this inverse of the 30-second gap here. So, I mean, next high is going to be here. We do have a bearish SMT there, so nothing's guaranteed. But yeah, I think we're probably just going to continue to pump now that we've tapped into this 1 hour. If I had to guess, we're probably going to hit 19,177 by the end of the day if our momentum here continues. And then we have this 1 minute here that we'll keep an eye on because that's like the last gap we need to inverse before coming up and hitting this high here. Okay. Is anybody still in a long here and didn't go to break even once we hit this high? Yeah, I think it makes sense to continue with the long buys here, especially up, when we're getting bullish news from the White House now. Wow, PM was clean. I'm glad we could call out a bunch of stuff today. Blau, you like this? What do you think of this 1 minute long? You knew I was in. That's why you joined back. Gotcha. I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer, right? I'm not in. I'm done for the day. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm not like you. I don't like to just collect points like they're candy. So I stop when I've taken my one winning play. But I said that this like if I wasn't done for the day, I would take that. Uh, isn't it equal highs too? I don't have equal highs anywhere. Um, if you're talking about these 1 hour highs, they're not. But do I stream AM session? No, I do not see Joe. That's all dodgy. But if you would like more of what I do during PM, you could always join by going to wap.com/nqreliable. It is $50 a month, and yeah, we stream every single day from 1:30 to 4, and we try and do education and talk about the market and hang out as a community. For the A members, any discount for PM? Not at the moment, no. So we inverse that 1 minute to the upside here. Can I get B-Day lifetime discount next month? Yeah, if you're buying lifetime, we could talk about it, Angel. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Appreciate that. Long this to all-time highs? Okay, okay. All-time highs is about, I think, 3,000 something points away, so pretty decent, risk to reward here. Yep, we did get the 3 minute there too. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious we've been bullish here. Obviously, this is a worse long setup than being in from down here because you're longing now in premium of the range when you could have been in from discount. And if you're going to long from there, why not be in from down here? And then obviously, we got break even. So it's just kind of up to you if you want to continue to be in the long past getting break even or not. But, there was a 30-second long opportunity there that you could just tell based on price action and the reaction price gave to sweeping liquidity that we were going to go up here. And then obviously, geopolitics is a hand in that of just, overall being bullish. So how much for lifetime? Right now, lifetime is 1,000. But if you're genuinely curious in lifetime, just DM me and we can talk about it. Most people that are in my lifetime for PM are paying. They've paid 750, so that's probably what I would just price it out at. For anyone that's like interested in lifetime. Maybe we can do like 25% off lifetime, um, because of economic uncertainty or something. You think we pull back sometime to fill the giant void from today? Prime Badger, depending on the reaction we get to this 1 hour high, yes. If we're just completely bullish through it and we just pump, then no. Like if we were to inverse the daily before coming back and filling in, or not the daily, but I guess the 4 hour here, before filling in the void, then probably not. Well, now he's canceled the tariffs, so that's why I had to say like economic uncertainty. Because now we don't know if the tariffs are actually going to happen or not. I appreciate that, Angel. Thank you. Do you think we've created the lowest price NQ will be for a few months? I have no idea, Ben. It's going to depend on obviously the tariffs, but yeah, we've probably bottomed out. Wait. Okay, Trump just said I am using instinct on such decisions. You have to have flexibility. He's going on gut feeling, guys. Apple building in China is unsustainable. People last night were getting queasy. Oh, God. I will take a look at exempting some U.S. companies as time goes on. Oh, gosh. Dang. I wish that 1 minute long had gotten break even. We'd be in good shape right now. I mean, I'm okay with it, Andy, because I would like to see, a new Wikipedia entry here for the NASDAQ. I mean, we're going to be, right now, price closing would put us top 3. If we come up a few more points, we will be in top 2 largest daily percentage gains. Top 2. So that would be cool. I mean, if we can somehow pump another 3% in 40 minutes, we could have the greatest day of NQ ever. Another 3% would be $600, I think, or not $600, 600 points. So price would need to be here. I'm already calling out this high is my final target for the day. So if you're in a long right now, you can scale some at this high and then target this last high here. I think we're close enough where it's reasonable to assume we'll go for that. So I know, Fahrenheit. Just a question: if the stock market is closed and I want to buy a stock at $15 and I place a limit at 15, and then when the market opens at 14.5, will it just get filled at 14.5, or will it get rejected or something? Evo, I believe what would happen is you would actually get filled at 15. So if you have a limit order at 15 on market close and the market reopens, you will get filled at your limit price. If there's like an offer there, or it'll just get filled at whatever. But maybe I'm mistaken on that. All right, here comes that 1 hour. Decent. How many points is that? Oh my goodness. 350. Jeez. I definitely wasn't thinking that we were going to rebound 3,000 points, Prime Badger. I thought we were going to see 15.5. 15.5 seemed like the obvious low, and then I was going to start scaling in like a lot into my long-term positions, and we just barely missed it. Oh, I guess I can get rid of that. Muted? No, I just stopped talking for a sec, Bert. Just about hitting there. That final TP, this final TP is this 1 hour high inside that for value gap. Obviously, we can continue higher here, but that's all I would be looking at today. You can see how well price responds to IO Fed entries. I mean, it's a good day to talk about them. You know, when price is this bullish, you can see how useful they are. Uh-oh, are we gonna miss the high? Did ES take it or something? Oh yeah, I guess ES took out those highs, maybe. Oh wait, no, we're still a ways away. I lied. I think. Okay, bang, there's the high. Yeah, ES. So we have an SMT there, but obviously that doesn't matter. $350. So yeah, I mean bias gets really easy when the market is going up this far. You know, we're getting into that range now where we could see that second highest day ever in trading history. So this would be very very cool to see. 30 second to the downside here. Yep. 350 points. Walrus, I only caught 85 of it. Actually, I didn't catch any of it because I was done for the day, but I think most people only caught 85 of it because break even was like this high instead of a fair value gap. So you didn't really miss too much, but yeah, you did miss like at least 2.5R here. I mean, this was crazy because the stop loss on this trade was actually reasonable for once. And then the final TP was obviously really insane risk reward. It was like here. So yeah, 10R. All right, well, I guess we're done trading for the month. I mean, we only need 350 points, right? What more do we need? I'll catch you guys in May, all right? We'll be back. Wait, Dodger was playing chess the other day, right? I guess since final TP's been hit, unless, you know, you guys want to watch this 15-second play out / 30-second. But yeah, let's have some fun with the remaining time that we have today. Let's play some chess.com. Let's do some 5-minute rated chess. All right, does anybody here play chess? Where do I go here? Is this good? Or would this be better? What's better? I feel like this, right? I don't really want to push here because this is a losing trade. Right? Here. Here. Yeah, so I'll just go there, whatever. And then this, I guess. And then I'll just rotate around this way. And then now I have that, so I could push up, I guess. I could go here and fork. Like I could do one of these now and trap his rook. And now he can't move this knight. Yeah, okay, so that's good. And now if he moves, yeah, so this knight's trapped. If he goes to take here, I can just take his bishop. Right? Yeah. So that's free. And then he's going to take here. Wait, no, because that's covered now. So I guess would I rather go here than here? Yeah, I guess there. If he's going to take here, I can just go here, and that's check, and then he can... Oh, I'm in check. Oops. Oh, wait, but this is good. And then this is good. That's check. He's going to take... No? Yeah, no, okay. And then here. I got to get out of here, I think. Yeah, I got to move this somewhere else, I think. If I hit him with one of these, maybe? Or what do I do here? I guess this. This is probably safer. But yeah, I have to protect this. By the way, we just pumped another 1,000,000 points. I'm gonna go there. That covers that. Put him in check. Take the horse. No, no, no. Oh, my bad. You're right. You're right. Here, I'll do it now. Not now. Oops. I don't know. I'm still learning. By the way, what is happening? We are going crazy. Okay, I think I want to go here. And then I can move here. Is that where I want to go? Yeah, here, because it's protected. That opens that up. Yeah, okay. And then, great. So I'll go here. That covers that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess here. And then I can go there. Check in with Rook. Oh, true. Yeah, I could have. Oops. Done for the day. Good trading day. Added to the gym. All right, sounds good. Check in with Rook. Yeah, I should have. I don't know why I didn't. And now I'm back ranked, so I gotta go this way. And then here. And then what else? I guess we can start talking about pawn up. What do you mean pawn up? Pawn up where? This one? Queen f5? Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. Queen f5. Okay. And then here, right? Take pawn. Unless is there a better move that puts him in check? I don't think so. And then, okay, so yeah, he's going to go for that. That's fine. I'd rather trade down material anyway. I think. Yeah, I just want to go pawn up here. I'll trade off material. That's fine. And then what? Where do I want to go? Here, I guess. Here. Oh, I missed that. Oh, well. That's fine. And then here. And then I guess here. I'm so stupid. Oh my goodness, man. I'm about to throw this game. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're still in fine shape. I'll trade. Yeah, that's fine. Because now he can't. I mean, you'd have to go here. And then I can just move up. He has to move. Yeah, that's fine. Do I want that? I want to take there, right? And simplify. And then come up. And then come over. Oops. Wait, this is fine. Because then I can go here. And that's still covered. And you can't move. So I can just go here. And just start eating. And then, oh shit, Paisant. Shit. It's fine, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, we're good. And now I can just get away with everything, right? If I go here, that doesn't block that, and then I can just go up. He resigned. Let's go. Got it done. All right. Sorry, guys. Not the greatest chess player ever. There was probably a lot of cringe things I did there, but we got it done. You haven't played in ages? Oh, fair enough. Was there anything here that was like good for a long? I don't think so, right? Yeah, this was just a random pump. So we got our liquidity sweep on this candle here. This would be our manipulation leg. And so this short technically should work based off liquidity, right? There's the 1 minute short there. Obviously, I'm not going to short today. I mean, is it really smart to short when we're up literally 2,000 points? But we can watch it play out. Like as far as market structure goes, it makes sense to come down here. This is almost like stacked lows, LRLR. This could be where you take your first TP, and then what's the risk reward on this? 2 to 1. So like yeah, I mean, if you want to take a stab at a short, this is probably valid because the risk isn't too bad. Actually, I just realized the risk is there, so it's just over 1.5. But we've had an average yearly return in a day. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, if you would have bought at the start of today, you would have made more than the average return on the S&P by the end of the day. So, really decent short, honestly. It definitely makes sense. We have an SMT there. We're delivering out of the higher time frame here. We have the 4-hour and the daily that we've came up and tapped now. There's usually going to be a reaction whenever we tap a daily SIBI. So this is where I would probably go break even, and then obviously TP1. Is anybody in this short? I mean, this is like once again another no-brainer type play, but for me, I'm just not going to short on a day when we're this bullish. So I would never take this, but I mean, it makes sense as far as liquidity goes. Looks like it's going to be a break even. So yeah, we don't miss anything there. That makes sense for it to be a break even just because of how bullish we are. So no FOMO for me there. Yeah, and then break even is definitely going to save us here. So really, really easy trade to navigate there. No issues with that whatsoever. So it looks like we might inverse this 1 minute to the upside. This would be like the final FU long of the day. Obviously, you guys know I'm done. This is probably the worst setup so far. We didn't even retrace to anything like the 5 minute here, so we're not like delivering, but $283. Wait, let me get this straight. So it was 5 cents, 28K from 500. Gotcha. I am sorry for you, Bamtech. There are options on the options chain that are sitting at over 10,000% today. This is a historic day. Bamtech, you mean not $5? You mean 2,800, right? $2,800, not 28,000. What's the strike? Um, I'll probably wait for a drop, Badger. I'm probably not going to buy stuff after 11% move up. But I don't know. We'll see. If you're an investor like that's just planning for retirement, don't do what I'm doing and just average in over time. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I can see it. It says the contracts are up 1,200%. So they went from. It looks like they started the day at maybe $4,000 a piece, and they ended the day at 28K a piece. I didn't realize they were SPX. I think you said that though. Yeah. I was like on SPY. I'm like the most expensive contract on SPY is 24K. So yeah, SPX. That might do it. I mean, but Bamtech, how could you have known that he was going to do the tariff thing today? I can't believe Donald Trump is giving long signals, dude. What am I thinking, bro? All right. Do we want to stay on for 350 macro, or should we call the stream done here? I mean, what else is there for us today? Maybe we pump 500 points during macro? Yeah, but I mean, I'm so beyond done for the day. I'm probably just going to call it here. I don't think there's anything else for us. We've hit our daily target. I don't really have any other draws on liquidity left, so I think before we do something else stupid, we've called out 1,000,001 points. There was 1,000,001 entry opportunities today for you during PM, so I think everybody should be green, or at least better off than they started PM with. So on that note, you guys have a great rest of your evening. I will catch all of you tomorrow at 1:30 for PM. And yeah, trade safe for these last 15 minutes if you want to. But I am done. So with that, peace out, everyone.